Hello there folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome to part 4 of our career mode on MotoGP 19, and today we start our journey in Moto3. The previous 3 episodes we did the Red Bull Rookies Cup season, but now we've been finally promoted to the Moto3 world, and we are starting on the Redox Brustal GP bike, which is a KTM 250 GP bike. So not the best bike in Moto3, but we've got the race difficulty on the highest possible. So, that will certainly be interesting to see how we got on. So we're going to get straight into it with the Qatar Grand Prix. We're not going to do any of the FPs. I don't see the point of doing that. Just the MotoGP class. Hang on. I think it's only the MotoGP class that classes these practice sessions as needed. To get into Q1 and Q2. The first qualifying session, Moto3 session, the difference is compared to MotoGP, there are 14 riders directly accessing Q2 together with the best 4 riders from Q1. Okay, so let's just go into Q1. So we need to be in the top 4 in Q1 to get through to Q2, and then we have got the race. Still not quite sure whether to do 2 races a video or just the 1. We'll see how long it takes to the Qatar GP. Don't want to rush this particularly. We'll just have to see how long it takes, and if we have to do a race and episode, we have to just do 1 race and episode. Going to be quite a long season, I suppose, with 20 odd races. But let's see how we get on, and hopefully you guys have been enjoying the content so far. I'm certainly enjoying the game. It's really good this year and really challenging to play, and it's really been pushing me to the limit, especially on this top AI setting. And as I say, hopefully you guys have been enjoying the content as well. And when I finish school on Wednesday, I finish my exams on Wednesday, there really will be probably no interruptions to any daily content. There might be a few this week, a few videos you were expecting that aren't going to come out, but after Wednesday I should be able to do daily content. So we're here at the Losail International Circuit for the Qatar GP. Let's see how the Moto3 bike rides. So we, as you can see there, are in Q1 along with a lot of other drivers, has to be said, and the top 4 join the 12, is it? Yeah, the 12 who are already qualified for Q2. It might be absolutely nowhere near. I've got absolutely no idea what the pace of this bike's going to be like, whether the rider matters a lot on this bike, whether we've just not got the pace, because there are a few straights down here, and if we haven't got the pace on the straights, we're not going to have much fun. But a Slovakian team, it seems we are racing for, so nice to see, but it's an edge way into Moto2 potentially, but for this season I would say it's going to be all Moto3. But we want to finish in the top 15 in qualifying. That means that therefore we have to finish in the top 4. To therefore get to Q2. Even if we don't take part in Q2, then we'll obviously be able to get a top 15 place. Well, that's providing that, no, we need to take part in Q2. That's a load of rubbish, because there will be 16 in Q2, so completely ignore me. But it's going to be our first go on the Moto3 bike, and I'll see you guys probably when we crash for the first time. That's probably most likely. These bikes actually aren't too dissimilar to Red Bull Rookies Cup bikes. They handle quite nicely, actually. I'm quite liking riding this. I think these, if I'm wrong, apologies, but I think these are 350s, 350cc bikes, and the Rookies Cup bikes are only 250, so a little bit more bang to them, a little bit more acceleration, and of course top speed. But you know, they're fairly they're not dissimilar to the Rookies Cup bikes, unless we've got a crap bike, and that means that it's not too dissimilar because it's crap. But hopefully, fingers crossed, it's not. We've set the first lap of the session, so absolutely no idea what our pace is going to be like compared to everybody else's, but hopefully get a few laps in and see where we are compared to our competition for this season. Okay, so with 5 minutes left, we're actually doing pretty well. It seems the field are quite widely spread, which I'm not, well, I'm a little bit confused by, to be quite honest, but we're very much in no man's land as we were in the Rookies Cup. Famous is just that little bit too quick for us, but then Suzuki and Lopez are quite a way behind. So it looks like unless they improve, we're going to be through to Q2, which is fantastic news in our first race. But as I said, really, in the middle of nowhere. But qualifying 1 to qualifying 2, that's an achievement we've unlocked. And we are now into Q2, and you can bet your bottom dollar we won't quite be that quick in Q2 in terms of the standings. Not too bad in the first sector of our first lap. Venati is on pole as it stands with a 2:11.5. We're only a tenth behind that in our first lap. And I mean, Venati, Canet, those sort of riders are really the top bulk of Moto3. Ooh, a little bit of a twitch there at turn 6. But to be, I'd argue, within a second of those guys at the first race would be an absolutely fantastic achievement. Let's see how we get on the lap. He's very much still young. So I believe in the last split we were 7 tenths down on Fanati's time. To be within 7 tenths or even a second to be an absolutely fantastic achievement. The team want us to qualify in the top 15. Where is it going to be? Coming down this straight, it feels like an absolute age. Where's it going to be? 211, 212. It's a 212.4, and that puts us the top 15. Not even close. That puts us in 6th place. What a fantastic start this would be to our Moto3 career. Luckily, we've got time for 2 more laps max. Probably only do the 1, but if we can get any further up the grid, what an achievement that'd be. This could be a very good attempt. Only 4 tenths down now in this third sector. As you can see, we were actually quickest of the whole bunch of riders in that first sector, but have dropped 4 tenths behind on the lap, so not the best. But again, if you'd have said to me before qualifying, look, you'll be a second off the leader and maybe in the top 10, I'd have bitten your arm off. So let's see how we get on. It's all down the straight. This straight, as I said last time, feels like an absolute age. Where are we going to go on the grid? It's going to be our final lap, this is. It's going to be a 211 something. Oh my goodness me. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Pole position in our first Moto3 race. It is. Wow. On a KTM, Redox Bristol GP, we've got Canet and Booth Amos, both on KTMs. But we are on pole for our first Moto3 race. Wow, what a qualifying session that was. And this race is certainly going to be exciting.
From the peninsula of Qatar, the floodlights that light up the Losail circuit are on, and any moment now, the Moto3 bikes will be revving their engines. Once again, as is customary on this track, we're looking forward to great weather for the Grand Prix, with temperatures that shouldn't cause any tyre problems.
Well, technically, this is the first race of the season, as in standard first race, before Moto2 and before the MotoGP race. This is the start, the official start of the season. And we are on pole for it. Wow. What a spectacle. What a qualifying result. What a race this could be. We leave way clear of the rest of the field, but there are some good names, some good up-and-coming names in this category that, to be honest, we've just gone and beaten. I mean, John McPhee, our compatriot, who seems to be in Moto3 forever, we beat him by about 1.5 seconds, but we're just checking our brakes, checking everything on the bike, and we are ready for the start of our first Moto3 race. Wow, what a spectacle. Here we go. The lights are on. And they are out 5 laps round this Qatar circuit. We've got 30 riders in this race, and that is not a bad start. We have just left the field. Goodness me. This just can't be real. I've got it on the highest AI setting. I can't really make it any harder for me or else I'll be falling off every 2 seconds. But wow, on the highest AI setting, we are leading this Moto3 field coming out of turn 2. This is just absolutely extraordinary. I'm guessing they'll get closer and sniff throughout the race, but, well, I genuinely really wasn't expected to have a clear track in front of me. Well, I know I said they'd get close, but at the end of the first lap, we're miles away. I just don't understand what's going on. Surely we can't be good enough at the game to be beating the highest AI level by this amount. I mean, 1.8 seconds is the gap after the first lap. I just don't understand it. Whether the game's a bit glitched in the way that the AI aren't as good as they should be, because I'm certainly not a master at the game. You know, I'm getting things right, but you don't expect after playing it for a few days to be top of the grid on the maximum difficulty setting. You saw in the Rookies Cup we had a massive challenge, and to be fair, in qualifying we were challenged. We only beat whoever was in second. Who was it now? I think it was Fanati by 1/10. And now all of a sudden we're 1.3 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. Hopefully, I mean, just for it to be competitive, I'd love to win every race, but for it to be competitive, I hope this is a race-only thing. Because if it isn't, we're going to be moved up to Moto2 very quickly. And I think we'll know if it's a difficulty problem if we get up to MotoGP and start winning on a bog-standard bike. Oh, blimey, there's Booth Amos going past. I knew they were getting close, but goodness me, Booth Amos went for, let's just say, a late braking manoeuvre there, and it really didn't come off. We thought he got past, and then were just way too wide. But in the last lap and a half, to be fair, the riders have got closer But apart from that, you could say possibly kamikaze move from Boo Famous there. They've not really got close. Oh, here comes Boo Famous again. Well, he's gone for it, and I think he might have got it here. Just went up the inside. We're going to try and do the same to him. That's a little bit too far up the inside. I think that's called breaking track limits, but he's got past, fair play to him. We're going to try and struggle to get back past him, maybe at this final corner. But down the straight wouldn't be a bad idea either. A good run into that first corner. Try and get a decent exit. We usually do. Boo Famous with another good exit though, but we are right behind him. So for the first time we're behind in this Grand Prix, but of course on these bikes it is always better. I mean, look, everybody else is so far behind. But on these bikes it is known that slipstream is king. Try and go on the left hand side of him. As you see, his lap time is a lot better than ours last time round. Going to break into this furnace corner. He's goes up the inside. Is he going to run out wide? He is. Are we going to get the power back out? Oh, we've made contact with him. Luckily, nothing too bad. That's a very good battle at the front, to be fair. And this could continue with Boo Famous. He's just looking at that left-hand side, trying to get in with us. But he's actually got the track position now. Can we undercut him? Come on to the right-hand side. No, nothing really coming. Got to be careful that we don't lose him here. On the left-hand side, just give him a little tap. Try and force him to the inside so we can get the wider track coming out the corners. It's really close though. It is really close. I can't believe it's got this close. Whoops, that's not the best. No! No! Oh, well, the fairy tale's over. The fairy tale of winning our first Moto3 race is gone. It's over. Oh, that's gutting. Just pushing way too hard. In the rest of the weekend, we had no sign of falling. But when we fell behind there, we just were way too aggressive. We went for it. We should have waited. At the end of the day, he wasn't pulling away massively. But now he certainly has. We were on the floor. We're back up again. And that's really disappointing. So now comes 9th place. But luckily, we got back up the inside of the Honda. But those riders now in front are pulling away. It just seems when you're ahead, track position's everything. Not just at this track, but on every single bike in this game, track position is the most important. Track position is king. We're slowly catching up to the guys ahead. Oh, that's way too wide. But is it going to be enough to get past them? I doubt it at this point. Yeah, I think it's just the same old story. That was, of course, the corner we went down at last lap. We got through it a lot more successfully this time. I think Massia's, possibly or Mazia, is a ride that we can possibly get past. Or anybody else who falls ahead, of course. But apart from that, I think we're struggling. And to be fair, it makes sense. We're not going to be a second quicker than these guys on a lap. And it's nice that race pace is better than quali pace. If we were, you know, if we'd gone on and won that race at a canter, it would have been a bit boring. But it seems that, I was saying Reece Jones, Booth James, was it? Something like that. I can't even remember what his name was now. But he come past, you know, the pressure got to us. We thought we're really greedy. We want to win our first race. We'd got the, you know, we were in the temperament. We got the position. And the situation, the scenario suggested we'd do well. But before this race, if somebody had said, look, you're going to get through to Q2, you're going to qualify on pole and finish in the top 8, again, on a bit in the hand off. A brilliant start to our Moto3 season, despite that silly mistake which knocked us off and potentially took away our maiden win. There's plenty more Grand Prix for that. But we come around the final corner. It is going to be 8th place. We couldn't really make any inroads on the guys ahead. But that is racing sometimes. You make a mistake and you pay for it. But in this maiden Moto3 race, we are going to finish in 8th place. Coming across the line, Tom Booth Amos, that's the one, wins the race. We were actually given a contract offer by Green Power, and we could have gone to Green Power, so that might well have been a 1-2. But nonetheless, we have got the win. We haven't got the win, we've got the 8th place for our team. And that's not a bad start at all. That then gives us 8 points in the championship. Oh, 25 would have been so much better. But, oh well, can't really do much about it. Of course, we are racing for the Prustel team. Seems that our teammate was absolutely nowhere. But potentially we could have gone for the Green Power because it seems that they've started the season off very, very well. But 8th place, we're chuffed. I'm really chuffed with that. Great start to the season. And long may that continue into the next GPs. I'm sure there's going to be challenges along the way and race that we do particularly well. But until we win this championship, I will never be satisfied. But if you enjoyed that, I have been CIJ Game. Make sure to leave a like down below, comment as well, and subscribe for daily MotoGP content. But that is certainly a few nice accolades to have for the weekend. And as I said, next up we go to Argentina. The Termas de Rio Hondo. Well, it's is the Tias whatever. Well, whatever I've just said. We go there next episode for the Argentinian Grand Prix. So make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye for now.